First of all, welcome to our first live stream from Facebook. And secondly of all, let's all celebrate the fact that hopefully this is our last one and we can get back into normal in-person meetings after this one. So I look for our next one to be in August. I will put out the date. So you guys can put out there, look forward to that meeting. Shoot me some questions across and me and the shop committee will try and answer. Once again, if we run across any disruptions, technical difficulties, we will be recording this and posting it on the 163 website and we will repost the recordings on the page. So with that being said, first things first, currently the manpower in the plant, we have 1,157 hourly employees. 116 of those are ARTs, absentee reliefs. Of that 116, 33 of those are summer relief vacation replacements. Those are the ones that last the help with the vacation breaks and try to make sure that we can get as many vacations in during this high peak period of vacation time for the summer. And the shop committee is currently working on ways to get even more done. So stay tuned for that. We do still have 12 of our brothers and sisters laid off. An injustice to one is an injustice to all, but I am proud of the group for minimizing this layoff and transition out of third shift to minimize the amount of brothers and sisters affected by it. So an update on the local agreement books. The local agreement books are proofread, approved, and at the printer now, and we look to have those books sometime in July and get them in your hands, and looking for shortly, right before that, to have the PDF available for download. As far as COVID, our numbers are way down. Currently, we have 8 people in COVID protocol. One of those are in 14-day protocol, and the rest are out on sick leave. Whether they got it, sick leave or whatever, they are on sick leave. Just to briefly mention a little bit, we are about to go into a protocol change for the plant. I know some people are still a little frustrated that the rest of the world is opening up and coming out of mask, and they went and got vaccinated, but GM isn't ready to come out of mask yet. But we will be going back to normal gate situations. Pete will address that more when he gets up here, but the operation of the gates will go back to it was pre-COVID, which is a good thing. So, and then management should be communicating with you the mask distribution and how they're going to go about doing it, getting you the mask, because we don't want masks just out for anybody to touch. And I watched the pre-packaging today, and the crew that was doing it was very vigilant in wearing their gloves and making sure they're sanitized and everything when packing up the masks to distribute out to the membership. So just to let you know, you guys, we still are in the registration mode of the new employee placement system. And I've had a few conversations with some shop chairmen, and there may be some opportunities coming up for Flint. I'm not saying, so make sure that you're in there. If you have any problems, let one of the committee men know, myself, or the employee placement contact for the plant is Andy Ellis and Carl Moore. But, so if you have any problems, we'll help you get squared away so that you may take advantage of any opportunities that come up if you're looking to transfer to another facility. Also today, until 4 p.m. still, the Shoemobile is outside, just outside the fitness center. Hope you guys are taking advantage of that. For those of you who haven't ordered online already, you can go out to the Shoemobile And today I got with the Shoemobile and Dave sitting there. We will have one every month for the next 3 months, and next month will be a high concentration of time for the second shift. So if you don't get out there today, so that benefit that we, part of our bargain agreement to get shoes and stuff for the year. And with that said, I'm gonna let Pete come up and go over a few things for you. And thank you guys for tuning in. It's nice to see some participation, a little more than was usual, or maybe this format was a format that we should have been using the whole time. All right, have a good one.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to go over a few of the skill trades issues that we're facing currently. Right now we're doing, we're in excess of electricians at our plant. We were in excess of 15. We've had electricians. We've had 5 except transfers to other plants, so that leaves us at excess of 10. We're trying to make room for the apprentices that are getting paid as journeymen. They equalize in with the journeymen, house journeyman, and regular journeyman trades. But the one that did leave, he left according to the national language, which is the 1 per year per core classification. As far as anything else, I know we got two of our brothers right now, electricians, are out on COVID, and they were pretty sick. So I just want to say that you keep them in your prayers, and all of those who are affected by this disease. And continue to stay safe, most importantly. Just want to go over one of the items that we touched on in policy. Several times we've asked in policy to have the gates opened so that we didn't have to use the main security gate or just the cafeteria gate. Also going in and out for lunch. It was a major inconvenience for all of us. So, after all these months of having to go in and out security if you wanted to go out for lunch, I'm glad to say that they have now opened up the gates for us. The gates will be open on June 21st, full, just like they had been before COVID. In and out access to all gates for all people to use. But I will say this, the car-to-car mask policy is something that we were not able to have them do away with. So we are still under that policy. Please wear your mask car to car. Please do not discard your mask in the parking lots. If we start seeing a excess of masks on the ground in the parking lot, chances are they're going to start trying to police that. And we're all adults. We all know what's going on, and we all need to be responsible for, our own actions. You know what I'm saying? So let's be adults here. Let's wear our masks car to car. Don't discard your mask in the parking lot. If you have any issues with your mask, you got to go to, if you don't have a mask when you come to work, then the protocol is going to be that you go to security and they'll issue you a mask at that time. But they are giving us enough masks that we can keep in our car so that we will always have a mask at the start of our shift so that we can wear a mask from our car into the building. Any issues or problems with that, just see your supervisor and they'll make sure that you got ample masks to do what you need to do. One more thing is we're in the planning stages of setting up the satellite cafe in the GRX assembly break area. Right now we just got to get some electrical drops over there and some water lines and whatever else that group called Continental is the group that will be supplying our break area with food, drinks, and what have. Similar to the one on the high feature assembly line. So we have to continue to plan that. I think in about another week or so, we'll have a schedule for the power and the water lines being hooked up. And then after that, I guess in about 4 weeks or so, Continental will be able to do what they need to do to make sure that we have that break area that we all bargained for during our contract. And other than that, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to come back up here and answer it. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. Good afternoon, Local 163 brothers and sisters. I'm gonna keep mine short. I got a few things to talk about. To piggyback on what some of Pete was saying, the mask, we have quite a few, we have one guy in particular that's playing mask police and whatnot, popping some people for improperly wearing a mask. Can't have it out here to your face. It has to be fitted flush all the way on your face. I know it was some complaints about some members not wearing their mask the right way, and that was echoed out, and they started throwing people out for masks. So I ask that you guys wear your mask fitted all the way the correct way until we can get past this to where we don't have to wear any masks no more. I know that they're a bit inconvenienced and uncomfortable. I'm not a fan of the mask myself, but I still wear it. Also, be careful again. You know, I said this before, you guys with FMLA, that's a very, very tricky situation with the hours on what's approved, what's denied, on how they could issue it in a timely manner. You know, if it was weeks ago or whatever, or the very next day. I had a few cases to where some people got in some serious trouble with the FMLA stuff. So I just ask that you be careful and know what you're doing when you use your FMLA. Another thing is the earbuds. We've been getting a lot of talk back about the earbuds, about employees wearing 2 earbuds in at one time. I know if you work in machining, it's hard to hear your music or conversation on the phone if you work in machining. So you may have both your earbuds in, but I need you guys to be aware that the policy is just one. And also for my assembly workers that work on the line, if you have 2 in and nobody can see you when you go out to go to the bathroom or to the store or something, be mindful and take one out and only have one in. But when you're walking, both of them have to be out. Can't have none in when you're walking to the bathroom or walking to the store. So I just ask that you guys be careful on the earbud policy. We enjoy that and we want to keep the earbud policy to pass today. And that's all I got for right now. Like I said, if you guys got any questions, we'll be back to answer all your questions again. I'll turn it over to the next committee, man.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters of Local 163, Romulus Powertrain. My name is Daniel Ryder. I'm the second shift committee man over GSC, machining, Loop 2, and head sub. So if you don't know me and you're new to the shift, my apologies for not meeting you yet. If you see me around, now that you see my face with the name, just flag me down if you have any concerns or questions for me, and I'll be happy to help you and assist. As far as what's going on in my district right now, I don't have a lot of major things. We sat down with the plant manager, and he went over the recent audit that we had, and we didn't do well. A lot of that was management. Some of it was us as far as getting dinged about glasses and the 3-2-1 at all the walkway paths and intersections. So if we can do a better job of that and just stay safe and watch yourselves out there on the floor. I think that's about it. Yeah, I didn't have a lot going on in my area. So like I said, if you see me out there and you have any questions or concerns, feel free to stop me. That's what I'm here for. Thank you.
I want to say good afternoon to all the good people out there that's either working or at home or on your way in. I got to start off first with something that touched me, and that was our members that was recently just released. From Deb down to Freddie, the last person on the seniority people. I can't wait till y'all get back. Everybody miss y'all, they talk about y'all. All the temps, same thing. Can't wait to get y'all back to work. Hopefully you get back at this facility. If not, don't hesitate to move on. That's just my personal opinion. I don't sit and wait. I jump out there. If they released you and start that 30-day thing over, me personally, not as a
union person or anything else, as a friend, as somebody that's been through it. If you fall in that group, do what you gotta do as a man or a woman. With that being said, I'll move on to the business part, second shift GRX. I gotta say, the first week was rough. Talked with the shift lead on the regular about the numbers. The numbers highly increased this week. So great job, everybody that's inside the clean room with the new transmission. Same with third shift people that recently got reduced from midnights to second shift and first shift. We know it's an adjustment. Bear with us. Work with each other. We all a team out there. We all brothers and sisters. So doesn't matter what shift you fell to. It's first or second now, and that's what we got to roll with. But I will say everybody is doing good, getting along, meeting new people. Me and Dan is out there every day. We out there for y'all, not us. So if you see us, you got questions, need help with anything, grab us on second shift. First shift guys, we operate the same way. Grab any committee person for any question that you have. No dumb questions, no bad questions. Grab us, that's what we out there for. Also, back to the GRX side, the way we increase our numbers in production with good quality, that's what helps us get new work in here. So that's what we're looking for, is that volume increase next year with third shift getting added on as of right now, July, but we all know that that can change at any time. But right now, the schedule is next July. We'll have 3 shifts running, and hopefully that'll get some of our members back to work. Very important. But the people that got reduced out of GSC, the machining departments, make sure that you get your return to former classifications back in. I think tomorrow will be your last day. You have a 14-day window to get those return to formers in if you want to go back to your department. Of course, it's done by seniority, but it's on you to get that paperwork turned in. And also, last thing, they had a lot of questions about the ART language. I'm asking everybody that got questions, the national agreement, the 2019 agreement, page 173, about halfway down on the page, you can find that language as an art. The thing is, at Romulus, I've been to 7 different plants. Everybody got their own use of the word art. Romulus is art. Other places use temporary AROs. It's all different types of way they want to break it down. But that language is specific in our national contract. So check out page 173. That's all I have. If anybody got questions for me personally, fire away. If not, have a good day.
An issue about the tardies. Please, please, please watch your tardies. They have a person dedicated to watching tardies all across the plant and absenteeism. So he goes through the list every day and see who punches in after 2:30. If you have 2 or more in a year, you're on the first step of a shop rule violation. If you're already in the steps and you say you have balance and or just a written warning, now you're in the second step when you get that third target. So if you got balance in a day, now you have balance in 3 days for 2 minutes late. So please be aware. Give yourself some time, show up on time, because they're popping our people and our hands are pretty much tied. Same with Doc 8. We can't grieve a Doc 8. At least with a shop rule violation, I can work out a deal. I can, negotiate the time to come off. Once you're in a Doc 8 program, you're not coming out of it. The first is a written warning, but once you get deep in those steps and it's 18 months, that's how long it's on there. So just please be aware, because we got people getting rolled up, put out the plant for a minute late, 2 minutes late, and the Doc 8's missing days. Thank you.
We got some time still. We're gonna hold up just to wait for some questions if some questions come across. But in the meantime, I want to piggyback on what some of the guys said. Look, I know everybody, the governor just announced they're gonna ease up on the restrictions a little earlier than July 1st. Everybody ready to start getting back to normal. And we have communicated over and over the membership's concerns. These decisions aren't made from a local level. They come down to the local level. We have escalated our concerns to the people above us, the region, management on their side, whoever makes those decisions. And, you know, as of right now, they still as what they are. So let's be patient. You know, one of the things, the car to car, let's treat that car to car just like everything else we do in the plant. We got an all shoe policy. When they communicate it, everybody wear the all leather shoe or the safety shoe, but for the most part, they don't come down on us. When, you know, with everything, you know, it's for a moment and they push it and then they leave it alone. If you going out to your car after you leave that gate and you pull your mask off, I'm pretty sure everybody got the sense enough to social distance, go to your car and do your thing. Don't make it obvious by throwing your mask on the floor, on the ground, out in the parking lot, and give them a reason to even come look. You know, so to even enforce that part. You know, let's just do that part, get through this, and keep it going, because it's great that we got the gates back open. Because, you know, overall, although things are easing up, COVID is real. You know, we have brothers and sisters that's still affected by it. We recently lost one of our brothers, Danny Westfield, you know, to COVID or complications due to COVID. So we still in the pandemic. It's just not what it was last year. So I'm looking at some of the questions, and it says, why is it that Lansing Delta, they don't have to wear their mask in the parking lot if it came from above? Well, the language that was put out was, and social distance or social distance and mask. I called around to all the other places. I see that question is just mentioning Lansing Delta. I called Lansing Delta, I called Pole Town, I called Flint Engine, I called Flint Assembly, and from what I've seen and noticed, the pattern is the assembly plants are more easy to go in social distance because their punch out is on the inside, whereas though all the engine plants, you know, they have similar setups to us, and the punch out is outside at most of the gates, like the east and the west gates or whatever the case may be. So like I said, even though it wasn't communicated, let's be smart about it. If you get out the gate and pull your mask off, you know, don't throw it on the ground. Just keep going to your car, and they're not coming at you like that. So let's not make a bigger deal of it as it is. The other question was any talks of getting second shift, start of getting GRX at 2:30 like the engine side. We've had some communications. They still haven't made that decision yet, and we still will continue those conversations because the reasons they went to it, we as the shop committee personally feel that they are no longer in play. So we'll keep you updated on that, but we have been having those conversations about lining up the 2:30 start with the engine side on that side. No, this should be our last meeting to be live streamed because the ban on the UAW of in-person meetings expires June 30th. So this should be, our next meeting should be in person in August, the third Thursday of the month, as mentioned in the bylaw.
Did you want to address how long the 5:30 start's going to last?
5:30 start is, we're a 9-hour plant. All I can say right now is due to production needs on short-term basis or whether it's due to shutdown, breakdown, whatever. It's not a volume thing, trust me, because the volume on that side is pretty steady, but the need for overtime exists due to some of our breakdown issues, not quite making schedules. So they'll keep those as needed for as long as needed because we're a 5:30 plant. I mean, we're a 9-hour plant. So as of right now, no communications. I think you guys out there will know sooner than we do because that's not really a discussion that we have as far as policy meetings, or that's a floor decision on the time of need during Manpower Weekly. Are we canceling summer union meetings? No, we are not canceling unit meetings for the summer. We are not suspending those. They are once every month, every 3 weeks. So, I mean, and the information got to get out there. So we will be conducting the meetings. If the membership chooses to come, which we hope they do, we'll be here. Whether they're here or not, we'll be here. Hopefully we can still get to record them and put it out, you know, if we have a low turnout. But our shop committee is committed to getting information out to the membership as the bylaws speak every other month on the third Thursday. How late can they call the 9th hour? We ask them to call to let you know in a timely manner just after, at the end of lunch, by the end of lunch, as far as, but that's overtime. We are a 9-hour plant though. So if they feel the need that they need it, they'll tell us to write the grievance. I'm gonna just be honest, you know, and write the grievance. But we do try to, the committee men do go out and try to hold them accountable of making sure that they inform the people in a timely manner. That's as much as I can really comment on that as of right now. You know, we don't want them to be disrespectful because people do have lives, and we do go address that, and we constantly address the timing and calling of overtime contrary to popular belief, but we do. That's a constant conversation we try to have, but sometimes emergencies or last minute things happen where they want to invoke the 9th hour or utilize the 9th hour. And I know people don't really want to work the 9th hour because it's summertime and they want to get out of here, especially on that third shift with that late, you know, the late start and the late end. So yes, we do try to have them communicate to you guys in a timely manner. Thanks for participating. I think this format turned out pretty good. And you guys have a productive day and enjoy the rest of your day.